Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeremy Lee speaking here doing Module 5 review. Thank you, Danny and Tim, for very great points on your thoughts of the project. Sorry, my TV is loud. I'm going to get off because it's pretty loud. I'm not going to hold you long. I want to kind of discuss some issues, some things I gathered from you all's thoughts, and go from there. So, without further ado, here we go. Tim, I started with you, and I like the fact that you really discussed like instilling values of social justice at an early age. I think that's something that's really important and key in these current days. We all kind of know that kids today are different from what they used to be. In our day, we all are quite aware that students of our day um, are growing up in a more diverse society than we did in our days and before in Dr. Davita's days. Not to call you old, Dr. Davita. Please don't take points off my grade for calling you old. Um, but I think that it's great that we continue to do that. And for those students who do come into higher education and not really aware, we have to make them passionate about their students and their fellow students at that. I think that's how we learn how to cohabitate, is by getting that passion and that purpose. And that's something we always discuss a lot of times in music, was that singing or playing with passion and purpose. And I think the same thing applies when working with people. You have to learn how to love your students, love your colleagues, love your school, and things like that, and love all about it, all there is about it, as well as your classmates. And then from there, at that point, when you get them passionate about their students and passionate about each other's success, you can start to instill the values of social justice and equality. I never knew how to not love anybody because I always just loved everybody. I never knew how to be um, homophobic or biphobic or things like that because I just only knew how to express love because that was what was instilled in me as a child. So I think that's how you combat homophobia and other things like that by instilling those lessons of love for everyone, for your fellow man. So that's my Michael Jackson moment for the day. Um, Aside from that, I think, like you said earlier, not everyone will sit in the social justice class. I think that will go into our field as well because when we get into work one day, we'll realize that people we work with may have never sat in a higher ed program. They may have never sat in a higher ed class on social justice and whatever have you. So we'll have to know how to be able to really vocalize those kinds of things when it comes time because we'll have to be sure the ones to be the ones to be having a message about equality and inclusion for everyone. So that's important to me. Danny, you hit on some things I really liked as well. Um, one thing that you said that got my eye just that all LGB um, students, whatever have you, are not allies to the T, being transgender. I would even break it down further and say that all LGB or LG and T's are not exactly fans of B's, and some G's, B's, and T's are not fans of L's. And so that is to say that I did read a bit on biphobia during the time in the class and kind of taking a look into what that meant for people who didn't believe in bisexualism or didn't believe that people could like both genders. Um, which I, of course, find to be silly. I think that you can like both with no problem. Um, I think that that's something we have to also keep in mind as well. I think I mentioned that in my presentation one day is that just because you have a group of black students at a campus does not mean they all agree with the same things. Just because you have a group of gay students, like it was not does not mean they don't have the same issues, or just because you have students from different hometowns and from backgrounds doesn't mean they all have the same thoughts. And so, with that in mind, we have to treat every student as if they need to be enlightened of some form of injustice of some kind, even LGBT students, and realizing that each letter entails a different population of students. Um, Going to discrimination, I think I like what you said about body size and sharing that positivity about body, and I think that's really great that you said that because I think that that requires us to realize we have to get our students to learn how to love themselves and to love each other to another sense point. So my message tonight, of course, is not to sound too lovey-dovey, but I think that it really comes back down to really encouraging our students to see the good in everyone, encouraging our students to really see that everyone has a purpose here, everyone here is loved and welcome to be a part. And so that's my thoughts from if I have to leave social justice with anything is that this has taught me to love myself and to love other people as well, and to always kind of seek and put myself in the mind of someone else and make sure that they are equally treated as well. So that's my thoughts. Thank you all so much. Have a good night.